Hey guys, just got done with my first ride on the Commencal Meta V5 SX and just wanted to share kind of some initial ride impressions. By no means is this a review. There will be a review coming shortly after I get quite a few more hours on the bike, but for now, just had some very obvious initial impressions that I wanted to share. So as you may or may not know, I've been on the Tempo and I've been on the V5 Meta full 29er version, and I have reviews out on my page, on my channel if you want to check those out. And yeah, so now on the SX, on the bigger bike, and I think this is quite a departure from the normal Meta V5. I don't know if I should say departure, but it is just very contrasted against that bike. That bike, I felt like, just was really, really active and extremely agile. Maybe not the best at straight line, chunky trail. You know, it's not going to smooth everything out. Definitely not that bike's forte. So I kind of came into this bike expecting just a slightly bigger version of that. It's not that. This bike is extremely stable and balanced and smooth and just really kind of bookends on the other side of the Tempo and even the Meta V5 kind of so far, from what I can tell. But climbing, you know, that bike, it was definitely a little more sluggish up the hill. It's a little bit heavier, but I think that there's just something going on the way that they tuned the SX versus the normal Meta V5. I don't have access to their files. I wouldn't know how to read them if I did. But there is something very different to those two bikes, the way that they tuned them. Obviously, the shocks are different. But this one was just buttery and smooth, and I felt like I was riding a full-on enduro race rig. And I didn't expect that. It wasn't as like lively or poppy as the Meta V5, and it certainly didn't climb as well as the Meta V5. But I found myself just straight lining through really chunky sections of trail just now that I wouldn't have ridden the same way on the V5 Meta non-SX. So yeah, so far so good. I mean, they really nailed that rear end suspension. I'm on the RockShox Super Deluxe and Zeb combination. The Zeb I like okay. I prefer the Fox, but this RockShox Super Deluxe Air is incredibly plush, feels really good on this bike. This bike is just really plush. Yeah, looking forward to getting some more miles on it. It definitely takes a little bit more body English to kind of maneuver the bike. It definitely feels like a big enduro bike. And yeah, so that's kind of it for now. Take a look at some of the riding footage I'll attach to this video, and let me know what you think. Let me know, are you planning on getting this bike? Drop it in the comments if you have any questions about this bike or about the build spec. Yeah, love to hear from you.